My Amazon online arbitrage business brought in a little over $100,000 last month in sales, but I didn't do it on my own. How's it going, everyone? My name's Alex with AC Flips. I'm a full-time six-figure Amazon seller. In today's video, I'm gonna break down exactly what software I use to help me with my Amazon online arbitrage business. And then I'm gonna break down each software and why I use it and why it benefits my business. If that sounds helpful to your Amazon business, subscribe to the channel and let's jump right in. Now I'm gonna rank these based on the importance they have to my business. But the first two are pretty interchangeable, and I'm gonna start with SellerAmp. SellerAmp has so many features that I use basically on the daily, whether that's the profit calculator, the sales data, the competitor analysis, and even the sourcing tools that it offers. The nice thing about SellerAmp is you can set the Chrome extension to show up basically every time you're on an Amazon listing, and then you can go right into your profit calculation from there, as well as look at the other sellers on the listing, and that can help you make quicker decisions when sourcing profitable products. SellerAmp's only like $23 a month, and it's a must for almost all online arbitrage Amazon sellers. If you aren't already using SellerAmp, I do have a free trial with the link in my description, so check that out. Next tool, like I said, basically rivals the importance of SellerAmp, and that is Keepa. Keepa shows all of the sales history for every single product listed on Amazon, as well as a ton of competitive seller data. This information is super helpful to help you determine how much of an item you should be buying, what items to be looking for, what items to avoid, and then what is the competition of other sellers on that listing so you can make smart buying decisions. If you're not using Keepa, I'm not really sure how you're able to run a profitable business because this tool is basically a necessity when it comes to finding products for your Amazon business. Keepa is only like $21 a month. And again, that's definitely one of the top two softwares you should use for your online arbitrage Amazon business. The next tool that really helps my business is Becool, and that is a repricer where basically I can set a min and max range and then a repricing rule to help me maintain or get the buy box as much as possible. If you get the buy box, you get more sales. So a repricer is going to increase the chance of you getting the buy box. Now, Becool has different tiers of what type of repricing you want to use for your business. So they have a basic tier, which is only $25 a month, where you can create your own repricers or use some of their basic repricers that they have. And they also have an upgraded version, which is like $100 a month. And that's where you can use their AI repricing rules. And every time I set these new listings to the AI rules, my sales shoot up instantly, which is really awesome. That's exactly what I want out of a repricing software. And again, if you don't use Becool now, I do have another free trial for you guys in the description below. So check that out as well if you're not using a repricer. I don't recommend a repricer if you're just starting out, but if you are doing a couple thousand in sales, it's definitely something to look into because manual repricing on some of your products, especially if you're starting to build your catalog, is gonna take some time. So anything that you can outsource to get back some of your time and put that maybe into sourcing is gonna help your business grow that much quicker. So Becool for my repricer definitely helps my business a ton. The next software that I use is Inventory Lab, and that is a product listing service and a prep service as well. The nice thing about Inventory Lab is it's pretty universally used through most online arbitrage businesses, and also a lot of prep centers use Inventory Labs. So if you are familiar with the software and your prep center uses it, and it's easy to communicate any issues you have when listing products. Inventory Lab also doubles as a profit analysis tool. They list all of your cost of goods sold, your sales, and the profits that you make on each product. You can basically use it as an accounting software as they give you the options to add other expenses, and you can use that if you really wanted to instead of like a QuickBooks, but I don't use Inventory Lab for that, but they do have the option. But it's also really good at looking at metrics of the products that you are selling, so you can determine if you want to replenish products that way or not. But Inventory Lab is a little bit pricier, $69 a month. But like I said, they have so many different features to the software. It's definitely something that is very useful to my business, especially since my prep center uses Inventory Lab as well. The next software that I use is Sellerboard, and this would be a little bit higher on the list if it wasn't so one-dimensional. Basically what they offer is a product and profit analysis. So any of your items that sell, they're able to easily track the profits that you make on each product when you enter your cost of goods sold. They also track returns really well and help you with replenishables and trying to figure out when is a good time to replenish some of your items. Again, if it doubled as a listing software, it would definitely be above Inventory Lab, but since it's only, profit analysis, I look at that very often. Don't get me wrong, I'm using it every single day. But it is only a good tool for replenishables and looking at the profits that I'm making on each product. But for the price of only $19 a month, it is super valuable. I think most sellers should consider using that even early on because it's gonna help you with replenishables. I think a lot of new sellers don't really think about replenishables as much as they should. And this software is gonna really help you dial in which products you should be replenishing. And it's gonna help you find those things a lot quicker than you probably would on your own, just looking at your manage orders tab in Seller Central. And the last software that I use for my Amazon business is Bench, and that is my bookkeeping software. A lot of people use QuickBooks. A lot of people will use Inventory Lab as their bookkeeping and do it themselves. Bench basically does all of the bookkeeping for me. They have access to all my numbers, so they know when I'm making sales. They know what my cost of goods sold is. They have all the information, so I don't really have to do much to make sure my books are in order for tax season. It's kind of a big load off my plate, which is why I'm paying so much for it. It's $300 a month. But again, I do have an account manager that works specifically with me. And if I have any questions, I can schedule meetings with that person and make sure my books are in order. They also have good graphics for your income statement and your balance sheets, so you can kind of get a grasp on your numbers at all times. Again, a very expensive option if you want to do it yourself and use QuickBooks. I think that's only like $25 a month. But for me, I'm just focusing on so many other things. I don't want to have to really worry about making sure my books are in order and my taxes are set. And again, I don't want to screw something up doing it myself either, because although I know a lot about my business and the numbers, I would rather have somebody else managing all that for me, which is why I pay Bench $300 a month to do it for me. In total, I am paying $532 in software every single month. And although that seems like a lot, my profits are closer to the six-figure range. So a couple $100 in software to help me generate multiple 5 figures in profit and 6 figures in sales every single month is definitely worth it to me. Again, if you're a newer seller, there's definitely ways to cut corners on some of these softwares. You don't have to use Inventory Lab. You can list through Seller Central. Again, Becool, I'm using the AI version, which is $100. There is a $25 version, and Bench, you don't have to use. There's also a $25 version of QuickBooks where you can kind of do the books yourself. Again, all of these softwares helped me generate over 6 figures in sales last month, and I wouldn't have been able to hit those numbers without the software. If you guys have any questions about any specific software, definitely leave a comment below and I will try to answer them for you. And if you guys enjoyed this type of content, subscribe to the channel and I'll see you in the next video.